adjust this for better vision, which I need all the help I can get with. Well, my little indicator says one person, and I've usually tried to wait until there are at least 3 or 4, but I don't know. Doesn't seem fair to make you wait. Especially I do want to introduce these pieces. So the 2 pieces I'm going to play today are part of a project of mine that I call my Allemande project. I commissioned 5 leading Oregon composers plus myself to write modern Allemandes or responses to the Allemandes from the Bach suites. It turned out in many ways even better than I expected. I knew I loved the work of all the composers, but each of them took a different avenue of inspiration for writing their Allemande, and it was just thrilling to see what they would do. And I'm definitely, I mean, the plan all along has been to record them interspersed with the Allemandes that Bach wrote. Some of them are inspired directly by a specific Bach Allemande, some of the commissioned works, and some of them are not at all. And yet there was still an order that really made sense to me. So that was lucky, because I just didn't know how that was going to turn out. So the first one I want to play tonight is by Robert Kyr, who is professor of composition at University of Oregon. And well, both of the composers tonight, Rob Kyr and Bonnie Miksch, are special people. I've known both of them for many years. I've worked with both of them in a variety of different situations. And one thing I can say they absolutely have in common is that their lives are organized around the principle that love is what matters. I would have to say, I mean, I hope they don't mind me speaking for them, but that's what I see evidenced in the way they live and the way they make art. Art, love and beauty are part of the same life force. And their music really expresses that, which is something I believe you will hear in these pieces. They're both people who are, they are not coy or cynical. They're just, it's about love, right? Openly, unabashedly. And it's so inspiring to work with people like that, to, just know people like that. And when they make art, it shows that they're like that. So these are both like that. So I'm very happy to be sharing these two, with you. So Rob Kyr's piece, which he calls a fantasy on an Allemande, or Allemande Fantasy, is very interesting. It is worth me describing to you where he got his inspiration for this. It's one of the most closely associated of the commissioned works with a source Bach Allemande. So the 5th suite, those of you who love the Bach suites probably know that the 5th suite is in a minor key. It's in C minor. And what you may or may not know is that it is written for the A string to be tuned down to a G. This makes the whole cello sound a little different because it takes some of the pressure off. So it's well worth doing. And the part is actually written with instead of, okay, let me demonstrate. So here is the very beginning of the Allemande from the 5th suite, written for normal tuning. So this is an A, not a G. It's just normal, right? And it sounds like this. there it is. Now, in the original version, it's written to look like this. Only the way it's, if you play it on with the A string tuned down, it sounds exactly the same as what I just did. But if you just played the way it was written on a regular tuning cello, this is what it would sound like. Like that, the very beginning, instead of, right? That is Rob's starting point, Robert Kyr. So, this is Allemande Fantasy by Robert Kyr. And one thing I will say, it's that is a very solemn Allemande, right? C minor. Rob has used the dissonance of his approach by embracing the dissonances that are implied by the way it's written out. He has used them to add poignancy, and it's even more than solemn, it's elegiac. But Rob is a deeply optimistic and positive, oh my gosh. Can you even hear me? I still have the things on the, that is hilarious. I had the socks on the microphones. I bet you couldn't hear me. Oh, that is so funny. Okay. I'm going to fix the microphones before I play. Okay, that should be a lot better. Oh wow, that was pretty bad. Okay. Okay, that should be a lot better. Oh, good. Thank you, Cindy. That's funny, but it must sound better now, right? It must be that mic was able to pick it up through the, it's just a little windsock thing to keep it from getting dusty, but it was still on it. And then this one, I didn't even have it in the cello position. It was just, wow. Okay, let me get over the adrenaline rush of that faux pas. Okay, so as I was saying, Rob is a deeply optimistic, positive person who really believes in humanity. So his extremely elegiac Allemande, well, the sun does come out. Let me just put it that way. Here it is, Allemande Fantasy by Robert Kyr. Allemande Fantasy by Robert Kyr. Okay, so the next Allemande-inspired composition I'm going to play is by Bonnie Miksch, professor of composition at Portland State University. Quite a good performer herself. This is called Allemandeluia, so you can guess that it's less elegiac than that last one began. Little sip of water. Okay, so written for me as part of my Allemande commissioning project, Allemandeluia by Bonnie Miksch. Flavio? Is that how you say it? Yes, this is live right now. Thank you. Thank you both for listening. That was Allemandeluia by Bonnie Miksch. If you go back to the beginning to hear the beginning, skip the part where I didn't have the microphone set up properly and go right to the Robert Kyr Fantasy Allemande. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week.